Gabby, you're going to be getting married soon, I hear. Well, I never got an invite to come out and see your man with the rest of the family, which is a bit mean of you, right? I can't believe you'd forget all about your important little sister like that. You and I aren't talking to one another anymore, so it makes sense why I didn't invite you. Don't start calling me the mean one when it was you that did things to me, then made it so I can't invite you out. Are you talking about when I went and stole your boyfriend from you? That happened over 5 years ago. And 5 years ago, I was just about to marry him. He told me that he'd be proposing to me on our anniversary. Yet on the day of, he didn't pull out a ring for me, but had you come out with him. I never thought that would be the moment he told me that he'd be running off with you instead of proposing to me. Your face back at that time was so freaking hilarious. You're hoping for him to get down on one knee and propose to you. And you put in all that work doing your makeup and wearing your nicest clothing. But then, I came in and took him from you, leaving you standing there in tears. Stop screwing around with me. Why the hell do you think is at fault for leaving me with such terrible memories from back then? Thankfully, it's been 5 years since then, and I was finally able to get to this point with my current fiance. Yet now, I have to hear from you, out of all people again, which has once again made me feel like garbage. You're so mean. It's been so long since you last talked with your cute little sister. Can't you just be a little happy about this? I'm asking you to please never talk to me again like this. I don't ever want to see or hear from you again. And of course, you're not being invited to the wedding either. What? You're not even going to invite me to your wedding? Even if you've gone and cut ties to me, we're still family, right? I hear that you're still going out with my ex-boyfriend. Please, continue that relationship with him and be happy for me. I happen to want to become happy myself now, so please don't ever get in my way again.
Hey, Gabby. Sorry. Today I'm not coming into the office. I have the day off. I'm sorry, but could I ask you to please work on all those papers for me? I've completed about 90% of the work already, so I just need you to finish things up and review them.
I'm already on it, Drew. I already had a talk with the manager and he ended me off the work for me today, so relax.
Seriously? Thank you so much for getting on that.
Are you doing alright today? It's been a long time since you'd last taken a day off work. If you're not feeling so good, do you need me to bring you something? In a little bit, I have to take a trip over to one of our business partners, so on my way there, I can stop by and drop some things off for you.
Wait, you don't have to do that for me. I'm not even sick or anything. Rather, something came up requiring me to take the day off. There was a bit of trouble that came up, and I have to go to the police for it.
Wait, the police? Now, I really want to ask if you're okay. Did something happen inside your house? Did you get robbed or something? I can give you some money if you're really short on it right now.
I'm alright. It has nothing to do with me getting robbed. Rather, right now I'm having some stalker problems.
A stalker?
Actually, the only person I'd ever told this to was the department manager. And, well, recently I've been getting stalked by this younger woman. But I've had trouble approaching her because she'll always run off, so that's why today I'm going to the police to have a word with them about it.
Is that right?
She's been stalking me online as well, I see. I started to get messages from who I thought was just this cute girl online, and so I replied back to them. But within no time, she was starting to follow me home from work late in the evening. When I'd be leaving my house in the morning to go to work, she was still out there. She would tell me from far away, "Good morning, Drew."
What the hell? So she really is a stalker then?
I think I need to handle her as soon as possible. I felt that on my own I wouldn't be able to do anything about her, but with the help of the police. So, for starters, I'm going to talk with them and see if they can get her to leave me alone.
Good idea. Things like this are best to be dealt with right away, before they spiral out of control. I hope that they will start to set a patrol car around your neighborhood during the night to try and scare off.
I'm really sorry, though, that something like my personal life is getting in the way of my work. As a coworker of yours, I feel like a total letdown.
No way, you don't have to be worried about that. Actually, if there's anything else you need from me, please feel free to ask. You and I happen to be really close co-workers after all.
All right. Thank you, like always. I'll see you again tomorrow, then.
How's that? Did you like that picture I just sent to you? I'm sure you're shocked to see how close the both of us already are. What the hell is this all about? Why are you together with Drew like that? And taking him all the way out to Mouseland? You're making it look as though the both of you are a thing now or something. Well, that's because him and I are a thing. So, of course, we choose to go out to Mouseland. Him and I wore matching t-shirts and made sure to look as cute as possible together. Huh? So you're going out with Drew right now? To tell you the truth, that's right. I happen to be going out with your fiance of all people now. What? I'm sorry, but once again, I've come in and I've stolen your fiance from right out beneath you. But for some reason, he was so insistent that I go out with him as his new girlfriend. All I had to do was lightly attack him, and that turned his eyes on me and made him fall in love all over again. Wait a second, Rylie. What are you talking about right now? You're going out with Drew. Yet, you say that you're going out with my fiancé right now. Well, it's your fault for never once telling me about him in the first place. I even went back to talking with Mom and Dad about him, and neither one of them would tell me a thing. Not a single person was willing to give me a little bit of information about your fiancé, so in the end, I had to use my skills online to go out and find him myself. And that's exactly what I did. Online? After searching and searching and searching, I was finally able to find him. I saw he had posted all kinds of images online of the both of you together looking so close to one another. He even put hashtag my most important person on there with the pictures. I guess you both were really in love with one another then. You're kidding me, right? All of those photos have to be from around 3 years ago now. And you're telling me that you found those online still? And that wasn't the only stuff I was able to find in my search. What? Realizing just how good looking of a man Drew was, I made sure to search even further into him before making my move. And that led me to learning about something really insane. Drew just so happens to be the son of a very, very wealthy family, right? The house his parents have is a very large one that's about the size of a mansion, and the house he's currently living in doesn't look too cheap either. When I ran out to see for it myself, I was in shock at how modern it is. You're joking. You really dug deep into his private life like that. When I saw all of that online, I realized that the only choice I had was to steal him away from you. I had been getting pretty bored of your last boyfriend anyway, so it was the right time for me to move on. And I was going to find myself a new man. Him being rich and having a really nice place was the right move. What? You broke up with my ex then? When it comes to jumping to another man, the point is where both persons' love is the highest is at the start, right? And ever since I'd taken your ex, our love has really sizzled out. So that's your reasoning for once again wanting to steal your older sister's fiancé. How much worse of a little sister can you become, Rylie? How about you go out and date with men who are free, like the rest of us women do? I don't want to do something that meaningless as dating men to find out which ones will really love me back. It's boring. If the love that I'm wanting isn't full of jumps and turns and isn't a thrill for me to obtain, then I don't want any part of it. That kind of reasoning for wanting to steal yet another of your sister's fiancé is crazy. I guess you haven't learned anything after having me cut ties to you for this long. But I feel that this will be my last time doing it, so don't worry. I don't think there's going to be another man as perfect as Drew for me in the future. And once him and I are married, I won't really care anymore about what kinds of men you're dating with anymore.
Ah, is that so?
Now, I have the man of my dreams to tie the knot with. So, see you later. Today, him and I will be going out for the whole entire day as a day. I'm sure that later you'll be getting a text from him asking to break up, so please leave him as soon as you can. Toodles!
Well, luckily I'm with my fiance right now at our wedding.
What?
And when I say my fiance, I'm not talking about Drew. I mean, I'm with another man who is not him. He has never been my fiance before, so I don't care what you do with him. Enjoy your date with him today.
Wait a second, please. What do you mean you're having your wedding right now? And when you say that Drew's not your fiance, what are you going on about right now, Gabby? Drew is your fiance, isn't he?
And I'm saying he most definitely is not my fiance and has never been. Him and I just happen to work for the same company and are co-workers. Him and I happen to have the same department manager as well, so we are closer to one another than anyone else in the company.
What? So you both are just working for the same company right now? But online, there are so many pictures of you together, right? And he's hashtagged things that only couples would tag in their pictures together.
You shouldn't be taking whatever he has hashtag on those pictures as anything more than those two co-workers mean by it. Back then, him and I had just completed this major project for the company, and when that happened, we both took tons of pictures together for the company. And he probably put that hashtag out there because without each other, we wouldn't have been able to do what we'd done. So when he said I was like an important person to him, that's what he meant.
Huh?
But I guess there was no helping you from such having a misunderstanding about that. At that time, him and I would go out with one another a lot as friends, and he always wanted to go eat at such fancy restaurants. And some of those other photos were taken inside 3-star restaurants.
I didn't know that. And after seeing that stuff, anyone would mistake you guys for being a thing. To me, that all looked like you guys are going on dates with one another. Seeing those restaurants all look too classy for just friends. That's why I thought that he was going to be your fiancé. I thought that I'd once again be able to steal another one of your fiancés from you.
Sorry about that. Sure, him and I are really close to one another, but all that we are to each other at the end of the day are co-workers. And the reason I never invited him to the wedding today is because we're keeping it small and only for close family. But he made sure to hand me a gift the other day congratulating me, because that's the kind of awesome friend he is.
No way.
Yet then, we have a child like you. If all you were doing was going out with him because you thought he was my fiancé, then you leave him right now so you don't break his heart. I hate the idea of having someone like you going out with my best friend, for only that reason alone.
Who do you think is going to leave a man like him? It sucks that I made a mistake. But his family has all lots of money, and he is living in a super modern house. And since I'm thinking about getting married now, he's going to be the one for me, and I will not let go of him. I'm getting married to him even sooner now.
What?
He's deeply invested in me now. I'm going to marry him, and then I'm going to have an even better life living with all of his money than you'll ever have with whatever man you're marrying today.
If you still want to get married to a man like Drew, then you go right ahead. But something's still very off. He told me before that all he wants to focus on is work and nothing else. So does he really want to go out with you right now?
Huh?
Now that I think about it, not too long ago, he was telling me how he had this stalker that was really causing him some headaches. I'm not sure if this could be true, but are you not the stalker he was talking about?
How could I be the stalker he was talking about? If he wasn't dating me, then why would we go have plans to go to Mouseland today? No matter how you think about it, him and I are dating.
But look, you told me before that you found him over the internet, right? And you were also looking into things like his family and his house. And you've even gone out to see the place for yourself, right?
But that all does not make me some kind of stalker of his. I was just attacking him a little was all. And proof of that is in us going out on a date right now. He might even jump the gun and propose to me today because he's that deeply in love with me.
What?
That would mean I get to become the wife of a healthy family son, and for the rest of my life, I'll be living like a winner. And I'll be able to have an even more fancy wedding than whatever you're putting in today. What am I going to do, Gabby? I'm going to be taken into police custody. Tell Drew to stop all of this right now.
Huh? I thought you were both going on a date right now, so why are the police getting involved?
That's something I'd really like to know. He told me he had somewhere he really wanted to show me before we started to get all romantic with one another. And when we walked over to it, there were 4 police officers who all approached me. What is going on here? Why are the police calling me a stalker right now and saying that I need to go with them to their police car? Really? Everything that Drew is saying to me right now is really mean. He's told me that his plan from the start was to take me out on this date today, and in order to get the police to arrest me. And that's why he was willing to take me all the way to Mouseland like this and do as I wanted. And now he's going about how he's going to have the police take care of me now because he can't be asked to get stalked by some crazy loser anymore.
I knew it was you who was the stalker.
And I told you, you're wrong. I haven't been doing anything that a stalker would do. Now, you help me get out of this situation right now. If you don't tell Drew to stop this all right now, I'm really going to be taken by the police.
I can't. My wedding only just finished a little bit ago after all. Also, if you weren't trying to act like a stalker that whole time, Drew didn't see it that way and thought very well that you were stalking him. If you want to make excuses for what you were doing and fight about it, please do so when you get to the police station.
No way!
Now, good luck to you.
Today was the day of your wedding, right? Congratulations, Gabby. I wish for your husband and you to have a happy and healthy life together.
Thank you so much, Drew. Now, I would like to apologize to you. I never thought that your stalker would turn out to be my little sister of all things.
I was just as shocked as you are now. But it seems things will be resolved for me now, so you don't have to worry about it.
So you really did get her taken away by the police then?
That's right. I was able to get them to help me out there. And man, was it so easy for me to get her to fall into that trap.
But why would you go on a date like that with your stalker? Why didn't you just have the police come over and get her right there and then?
I felt that by having them come arrest her right then would have ended all the fun I was having. When I went to the police about it, they said that if she wasn't acting suspicious enough when stalking me, they wouldn't be able to charge her for much. So I had to do something to make things a bit more personal, you see. And that required me to get a bit more serious and have fun with the whole thing. And that was me making a scenario where the police would be more than capable of taking her away for good.
What do you mean by that?
That girl is a real pain in the ass. I was getting hundreds and hundreds of messages and calls from her every day on all sorts of platforms. And to make things even more stupid, she'd say things like, "If you don't come out and date me, I'm jumping off this bridge. A girl as cute as me is attacking you in such a fun way, so at the very least come and have a date with me. If you think you can sit there laughing at me, I'll get all my male friends together to come and beat you to death." She was really trying to play all her cards on me.
Wow. She told me she was just going lightly with you. However, all of that right there seems pretty screwed up.
That's why I thought to myself the best thing to do was actually confront her in person. So I called the police again, and they told me we could make a plan where I would go out to meet with her for a date and bring her to an area where she wouldn't be able to get away. I ended up telling her I can meet with you just this one time at Mouseland. And that's how everything ended up happening.
I see. And considering all of those messages, all those threats you have from her, you have a lot of evidence now.
Therefore, I'm a little bit sorry to be asking you this, but could I please file a restraining order on her now? I get that she's your family and all, but I don't want her getting anywhere close to me again.
I cut ties to her a long time ago, so you can do whatever you want. Heck, you could go ahead and sue her for all I care. I would love to hear about how much money you could get from her stalking you and making all those threats.
What? Are you sure that's okay?
Remember that she's the kind of pile of shit that was willing to steal her older sister's fiance from her. Even the rest of the family doesn't care about her anymore and want her to face some stricter punishments for the way that she acts.
Then I'm going to go ahead and have a talk with a lawyer about this. I'll see you again at work, alright? And when things have calmed down a bit more, I'll tell you about what all happens.
What am I going to do, Gabby? I'm going to be screwed pretty royally now, I think. Drew went and told the police that he'd like a restraining order placed on me, and that he'd like to take me to court and sue me for all those threats.
Wait, so you're not sitting in jail right now then? I thought your fate was sealed after last week.
Go screw yourself. For some reason, they let me go home after all that questioning. But for a few days, they had me sitting in a county jail, and it was the scariest experience of my life. Considering that I'm going to be charged with stalking, it will be all going on my permanent record as well.
Wow. So for the rest of your life, it looks like you'll be in the hands of the police in some way or another. Only a matter of time until you end up having to go to prison for stepping out of the line.
I don't want that though. I was just trying to get him to fall in love with me was all. There's no way I should be going to jail over having to get sued over it.
I had Drew show me all the texts you were sending him, and all of those threatening texts were some of the scariest things I've ever seen from you. And what's this about you sneaking into his garage one night before he could close the door and you're camping out there waiting for him? Not only have you been stalking and threatening the man, but you've been trespassing on his property as well. You're a criminal now, Rylie.
What did he just call me?
You need to stop fighting right now, please. I've already told Drew that he can go out all on you if he wants to. So it's really too late for you to come crying to me about it all.
Huh? Why would you say that to him? What are you going to do if I really do have to go to jail for all of this and pay a massive settlement?
I'm going to sit back and enjoy this world becoming a tad bit safer.
Screw you, Gabby! Now this is all having to happen to me, and the next thing I'm going to do is steal your husband. Don't think you can get away with anything now that just because you're married. I'll steal another man from you and then send you to hell for what you're doing.
If you think you can manage that, then come and get me. I'd love to hear about how you'll be escaping the police in whatever jail cell you're locked up in.
God damn you! Making fun of me like that!
If you have the time right now to be getting all pissy with me, then you go to Drew and apologize for everything you've done to the poor guy. You know very well now that his family has a lot of money, right? Which means that his parents are just as upset with you for what you've done. He told me he already spoke with them about the court case, and that he's going to have a very famous lawyer there helping him out.
What?
You really are going to end up in prison if you don't get your act together. Because so far, all you're continuing to do is cause trouble.
No way. You're lying, right? I don't want to have a criminal record. If I have to end up like this, then no man will ever want to be with me again.
That's it from me. Take it as your final warning from me to live with what you've done and actually take responsibility for all of it this time. Right after that, it looks as though Rylie went and tried to get some help from her parents. However, the both of them told her to please leave them out of it. And right there and then, they disowned her from the family. Soon after, she was able to avoid having to spend any more time in jail. However, that cost her a fortune to avoid, landing her in a lot of debt. However, Drew was still able to get his settlement from her as well as creating a restraining order, not only keeping her away from him, but me as well. So that monster will never be able to come around either one of us ever again. I hear that right now, In an attempt to pay off all of the debt that she's gotten herself into, she's begun working for a ladies' bar and has to work close to 60 hours a week there to have enough money to survive each month. And just a bit ago, she sent both myself and Drew a message saying that she was sorry for everything, and Drew actually forgave her. If he was willing to do that all for her, then he must really be a kind man, and I will be treating him with even more respect now because of that.
Reggie! Why do you have been keeping me out of the loop about your engagement? Are you really going to be getting married? You explain all of this to me right now. Look at your text. Give me an answer.
What's going on, Luna?
So you're finally going to reply to me. Why are you so slow with your responses? You think being that slow is going to make you a proper adult or something?
Well, I am at work right now, so I shouldn't be looking at my phone. And you are making comments about me being a proper adult or not when you haven't even gotten yourself a job yet. So how about you shut up about what I'm doing and get your own life together?
I have a lot of experience though.
Working part-time, sure.
I am not just some useless woman, you know.
Well, you kind of are though.
Tell me what the hell is going on here. There has got to be some kind of confusion about you getting married, right?
I'm not really sure who you heard it about from, but I am getting married.
When?
In another 4 months from today. That'll be the day of our wedding.
Well, I never heard anything about that.
Sorry, but a lot has been going on. And in the end, we decided to only invite a small group for the wedding.
A lot has gone on? What all ended up happening where you couldn't invite your old friend who you've known since middle school?
Old friend? The last time I met you was at the last year's reunion, and you never said anything about being my friend. Ever since we got out of high school, you never talked with me any, and any time I saw you in public, you just ignored me.
So you're telling me that you kept me out of the loop because how I treated you? Back in middle school and high school, I was your friend. I even let you into the popular kids group, yet you're not going to thank me for that?
I'm not so sure you let me to that group. Rather, you just pulled me in to make fun of me when you needed to entertain your friends, and then left me out afterwards. And when I'd go and make friends with the others, you'd throw a fit about it. Also, I don't think that I've forgotten about that time in high school where you went and stole my boyfriend from me right as we were about to get serious.
It was not fair that you got to have a boyfriend during the time that I had nobody.
What the hell? That's your reasoning for stealing him?
And after a week when I found myself a better man, I gave your boyfriend back to you, right? I was giving you back the man you loved, yet you told him no and ran off, right?
Whatever. That's all in the past now anyway. Weren't you talking about me getting married? I'm going to get married, become the wife of a very kind man, and have a wedding with him. Are you happy now? I just told you everything I plan to do.
You're pissing me off right now. I should be the one getting married first. Why the hell are you getting married before me now? That's unfair.
And that right there is outrageous.
Who are you marrying and where is he from? Tell me who the man is who is fine marrying a plain woman like you.
He is a man from the same university as me, was also in the same club as me. And let me just say, he's not as plain as I am. He is planning on inheriting a company soon and will be the next CEO there. He is a very upstanding person as well.
Huh? You're getting married to a CEO's son? What the hell? There's no way.
Stop getting upset just because you can't find yourself a man to marry.
Where are you guys having your wedding? He's the son of a CEO, so your wedding is going to have to be pretty high-end, right?
That's right. We went to a chapel just a little while back to see if we wanted to have the wedding there. And we found out that the stained glass there is so pretty, and that during the daytime the lighting is just so right to dazzle the whole place without even having to use lighting indoors. We will also be having the party in a really nice area. So far, it is said that this wedding will cost around $50,000.
No freaking way. Not only are you going to be getting married before me, but with a man who is made of money.
Considering that this wedding is all going to be paid for by him and his family, I didn't want to overstep my boundaries. And that is why I made sure to tell him I'd be only inviting a few people to my wedding.
Are you freaking kidding me? Are you trying to brag about your life to me? Are you trying to make me look small? I can't believe that just because you were below me back in middle school and high school, you'd take the time now to brag about how awesome your life is.
I was just answering the questions you asked. Don't get all pissy about hearing things you didn't want to hear.
That fiance of yours, given to me.
Now you're acting like a dunce. If you really think I'm going to give you my fiance, then you might need to see a therapist.
That $50,000 luxurious wedding and that man who will be soon a CEO would be both better off in my hands than yours. If some plain woman like you becomes his wife, then someday you are going to embarrass him when he goes out to parties and meetings. However, he could go be with me, the gal who won prom queen back in high school every year. I should be standing next to him as his wife and be the one to make him look good as a CEO.
You have no idea who he even is.
Oh, I do though. He is the son of a CEO who also happened to go to the same university as you and was in the same club. And considering it's the 21st century and I can learn all I need about him online, I'm going to do the honors of stealing him from you.
Don't do anything like that, please. I don't want him being troubled by a witch like you.
Troubled? By a witch like me? You're the one that's about to become his wife and ruin any chance he has at becoming even more successful and rich. If anything, I'm a goddess to him. And as his goddess, I need to act fast and get him to marry me.
What are you talking about?
If I'm to make him the king he is destined to be, then I must stand by him and be his queen. So I'm going to do just that and make all his dreams come true. And I'll make that happen really soon by stealing him from you. So be ready for when I make my move.
I'm not sure what you have up your sleeve here, but how about you stop whatever selfish plans you have and leave the two of us alone? Are you listening, Luna? Luna?
Reggie, have you put any thought into it?
Ross, no matter how many times you ask, I'm not going to change my answer.
Oh, come on now. If you go out and say something, I'm sure they'll start to do something. You and I went 4 years to college together. We're in the same club together and had been friends through all of it.
Oh, please, Ross. I understand that things are going to get tough since your father's company keeps turning in the red. But I don't think your father and you should be asking money from me.
I went and talked about it face to face, but they didn't listen to me. I think if a little bit of money is given, then things will finally get turned around, and that money will come right back. Right now, money is very important. You're already engaged to him, right? If you say someone to him as his fiance, then I'm sure he will listen and help out.
Come on now, Ross. He has already said no once before, right? So give it up. Stop trying to follow me around.
What are you talking about?
You always sit outside my office at the end of the day, so I'm forced to run into you on my way home. And when I'm going to work every morning, you go and get on the same subway as me. Always coming to talk about that money. It's starting to annoy me a lot more now because of all the other things I have going in my life. I didn't mind talking with you about things at the time because you and I were friends in college, but now I'm starting to regret letting you stay so close to me.
So you're just going to let my family rot in debt? Hell no. Is that okay with you or something?
If it is too hard for you to run a business, then you need to hurry up and work with a bank or something for help. Sell or close that business you have, and then go find a job of your own within another company. There are plenty of things you can do right now to save yourself from going bankrupt and having to go into super major debt.
It's not like I'm planning to use the money from you guys on my business, though.
But you have been talking about using it to regain the contracts you had. What? What is going on here?
You know about how, for a long time now, I've been into sports cars, right? And well, a little while back, I stopped into one of the dealerships I like to go to, and they had a car there that I'm really in love with now. It's a very popular car and could be sold off at any minute to someone else.
So you are wanting my fiance to lend you some money, not to help save your father's and your business, but to buy a car with it?
Well, unlike my family's business, your fiance's dad happens to run a major firm, right? You don't have to worry at all about money.
I can't believe this, Ross. You just took that company from your father not too long ago, and now have both been struggling to keep it afloat, even cutting most of the employees you had to save. And while that's all going on, all you can think about is a new sports car?
I talked with banks and such about getting a loan, and all of them charge a high interest rate. If I'm able to get a loan from some friends of mine, then there won't be any interest, right?
There is no reason for us to lend you a penny, Ross.
I will give you guys that money back after my father and I fix this company, all right?
We are not lending you anything with such vague playing as that.
Come on. Can't you see that if I don't get that freaking money soon, some other idiot who has no idea the worth of that car will buy it and take it away from me?
Sorry, but we are not helping you. I don't think I can talk to you anymore, Ross. If you really want that car so badly, then do something with your own strength that'll get you to it. You are old enough now to know that you can't beg people for money like that anymore.
Don't say things like that. Tomorrow, I'll be waiting outside your office again for you to get out. Ah, right. Let's go out for dinner. Once I show you all the pictures and such of the car, you'll come around to understanding me.
Screw off, Ross. If you keep that crap up, I'm going to have to get the law involved.
Just freaking listen to what I'm saying, Reggie.
No! If you are ever seen in front of my office building again, I will not only block your number, but I'll also call the police.
Today, the weather is so wonderful. The perfect day for a wedding, right? My wedding, in fact.
You're having a wedding today? After what you had said 4 months ago? I was kind of concerned about what you'd try and do, but the fact that you found someone is great. Congratulations.
Oh, no way. Have you still not figured it out yet?
Figured what out?
Well, I have been keeping you out of the loop on all this. To break it to you the quickest way I can, I stole your fiance.
What? What are you talking about?
You are that same old thick-headed girl you always were back in high school. Have you not noticed that your fiance is in my arms now? The man who went to the same university as you and was in your same club? The son of a CEO? When you told me all about that, I knew who to target. I took one look online and boom. He had all those things written down in his bio, talking about how he's next in line to becoming a CEO and went to your college.
Hold on a second. What are you actually going on about right now?
It's too late now to start freaking out. I found pictures of you online as you were walking out from your office that your fiancé took of you. He would wait for you there every day, right? That's how I knew he was 100% your fiancé.
I think you have the wrong man, Luna.
I'm sure that's what you want me to think. You don't want me thinking that I just stole another man from you. Well, from here on, I'm going to be having a wedding in the place you were supposed to be getting married at today.
My wedding?
I made sure to keep you out of the loop as I worked on making this whole wedding mine. Even ordering a dress in my size to be prepared here. All of that was a secret. Well, kept from you. But since it's my special day today, I thought I should tell you what's happened. You may have never noticed me stealing your fiancé from you, but I have to thank you for that and for giving me this luxurious $50,000 wedding.
Well, if you're talking about my wedding, it's already happened.
What? What are you saying? You told me that this chapel's stained glass would reflect the sunlight so perfectly that there was no need for any other lighting, right? So this is the place, right?
What are you talking about, Luna? I already had my wedding and will now be having my wedding party soon. Also, my fiancé is with me right now as we talk. So what is this about you stealing my fiancé and wedding from me?
Wait, what? Your fiancé is with me right now. And you were supposed to have your wedding at 11:30, right?
Well, it's 12 o'clock now.
What?
Ah, I see. You're having your wedding back in St. Louis. I'm not in St. Louis right now. I'm in the Bahamas.
The Bahamas?
So there's a time difference of 1 hour between you and I. That's why for you it is close to 11:30 now.
Hold on a sec. So your wedding is in the Bahamas?
That's right. That's why it ended up costing us around $50,000 to have this wedding. The cost of all the resort rooms for all of our guests and the plane tickets out here are all included as well, which would put us around $70,000 in the end. And I told you before, we were going to have only a few guests to come.
You're lying, right? Then what the hell is this chapel that I've come to today?
By the way, who is that you're having that wedding with today?
That's what I'd like to know. Is he not your fiancé? He is from your same university, was in the same club as you, and is the son of the CEO.
Hold up. You said he would always stand out of my office building, right?
Yes! He would always stand out there waiting for you.
Is his name Ross by any chance?
Yes, it is.
Luna, you said you were going to make yourself a queen by becoming the CEO's wife, right? And that's why you wanted to steal my fiancé. You wanted to have a man with all kinds of money for you.
And because my plan worked out now, I have now myself a wealthy man who will have his own company and everything. Well, that's what I was thinking.
I see. I understand what's happened here. You are right that Ross went to the same university as me. And that he was in the same club as me all throughout college. And it is also true that his father was the CEO of that company.
Huh? Wait, does this mean that all kinds of rich and soon-to-be CEO men went to your university?
Some of the men there at the time were in fact wealthy.
So then this guy, who went to your university with you and everything, wasn't even your fiancé like I was planning for him to be? And I've just so happened to end up with a different CEO's son?
That's what it seems like. And yes, he is the son of a CEO and runs his own business within that company with his father. But that company is currently in the red and not doing too great.
What? In the red?
Ross's father's company has been in the red for years now, and it's only grown worse, to the point they've had to cut tons of employees to make ends meet. And for a while now, since he hasn't been able to afford the high life that he's been wanting, and that sports car he's dreamed about, he has been asking me to ask my fiancé to lend him some money. He has literally been stalking me the whole time, trying to get whatever money he can from us. But a few months ago, I told him off in the hopes he'd finally get lost.
Dream sports car. I know that he has one now. But having him seen in a sports car like that, I assumed he had loads of money still.
I think he bought that car with some money he borrowed from somewhere. He was telling me he wasn't going to take out any loans from the bank, so it must be from a discreet loaner. I wonder if it was from a loan shark, maybe.
There's no way, right? What about this wedding then? He's going to be paying for it, right?
Well, did Ross tell you he would?
Well, you told me that your fiance and his family would all be paying for the whole wedding. And I had thought that Ross was your fiance this whole time. And it's the man that always pays for the wedding, right? I'm giving Ross the gift of seeing me in this beautiful dress after all.
You really have a lot of confidence in your looks. Well, if he's going to be paying for that wedding, then all the more debt to him. But if he's not able to pay for that wedding, then it's going to fall on your shoulders, Luna.
What the hell? So you're telling me I pulled in a poor loser?
Both my wedding and my fiance are fine at the moment, so you seem to be in a whole different situation from us.
No. I don't want to be in some man who is in debt.
Perhaps he assumed that by the way you prettied yourself up to become his queen, he assumed that you had all the money he needed.
What?
You said you were going to dress up yourself for him, right? Make yourself all attractive so that he'd fall for you? And well, since you did that to yourself for him, he might have assumed you had money he could use. And that's why the two of you are getting married now. This whole thing happened pretty quickly too, right? The whole getting married thing.
But I don't have any money. I'm only working a part-time job at the moment, and my family doesn't even have much money either.
Then what this all seems like to me is two people who only care about money wanting said money from one another. And since you both fall for each other's lie of having money, you are both now stuck getting married to a poor person.
But when I looked online, he had all these pictures showing how much he had, and I still believed him.
By the way, my fiance doesn't even have any social media.
What? He doesn't?
That's why when you said to me that you found his bio online, I had no idea who you were talking about. Well, now I can see you've been talking about Ross this whole time. That guy, he's really good at latching onto those he wants, so good luck getting rid of him later.
What should I do? It's time for the wedding now. And wait, I already handed in the marriage papers yesterday. No! I'm the wife of a debt-ridden man now.
Congratulations on your marriage.
This isn't something to celebrate. You're supposed to be my friend, right? Help me!
Help you? Even if I wanted to, I'm in the Bahamas. There's nothing I can do now to help you. Also, that marriage is something you and Ross wanted, right? I have no say in what you guys both do from here on out.
I'm supposed to become a celebrity over here, and now I'm going to be stuck in debt with him. I don't want that. I'm going to give you my husband for yours.
Oh, so you never went to see that therapist then? Well, that's too bad, because your absurdity is showing again. You are never even going to know my fiancé anyway, and even if you do it, he's not going to let you have him. He actually hates filthy women like you. He has always been known for being the son of a CEO, and that has led him to being targeted by all kinds of shallow-minded, money-wanting women, and he's not going to deal with that again.
Then I'm getting a divorce.
Go right ahead. That has nothing to do with me.
This is all having to happen because you never told me who your fiancé was and where to find him.
The only thing I can say is that this is what you get for being a bitch. You were the one that tried to steal another person's fiancé and wedding and ended up with the completely wrong man. So don't blame me for being toxic and instead own up to the fact that you wanted to marry Ross. This isn't high school anymore, so there will be nobody to hold your hand this time.
No way. Well, if I have to start going into debt now as well because of him, you help me.
No, because after this, you and I are nothing. In other words, I'm blocking your number right now, and will never, ever think about you again.
You can't be serious. I want to marry someone with money, so you get your fiancé to introduce me to some of his friends who actually have money. There are so many ways I can use your fiancé, so let me use him now.
That is so screwed up of you. If all you want is to use other people, then there is literally no hope at all regarding your future. How about you use your own abilities since it's your life on the line now?
Please, at least continue being my friend. We're best friends, right?
No, we are not, never were, never will be, because I will never be friends to those that only seek to use me. Now, I hope your wedding goes well, just like mine has been going. Congrats on that marriage. Goodbye forever now. After finding out that the both of them were only in for the marriage for one another's non-existent money, they both tried to force one another to pay for the wedding, before gathering all their guests and family money together and paying part of the cost off. They then had to borrow a little bit more to pay off the rest, and put themselves further into debt. But this led to some pretty bad drama between them and their friends, after they tried over and over again asking them all for money to help, and just like that, their friends began to leave them one by one. Also, as a way to try and save Ross's family company from going under, he forced her to start working for them to try and keep things afloat just a little longer.
Congrats on getting married, Kay. I heard about this from Emmett just a second ago, but you guys went and handed in the papers at the courthouse, right? Thank you so much, Emmy. So, this is all about celebrating your marriage and all, so can I talk with you about it? What? Well, if you're wanting to talk about that right now, then be my guest. Thank you, actually, for caring about this so much. Well, don't get your hopes up too much. I was actually wanting to tell you that we can't give you any money or anything as a present, so please don't expect anything from us come your wedding. What? I'm really sorry about this. When it came to our marriage, you went and gave us a whole bunch of presents to celebrate. That coffee maker you got for us that's so fancy is still being put to good use. Thank you so much for still using it, but what's this about you guys not being able to give us anything for our wedding? Recently, we haven't been doing too well financially, which means that right now we don't have any money to do anything for you. I'm so sorry about that. Is that so? You being as kind as you are can understand what I'm saying, right? I know we won't be able to give you anything physical, but we still plan on coming to your wedding to celebrate you guys. That should be more than enough, right? That's right. Just coming out to celebrate us is enough for me. Just your reason for changing the promise we had before is a little bit hazy to me. What? What promise are you talking about? So you don't remember what I'm talking about? The promise you and my brother made when I sent you that gift. You promised me that you'd make sure to give me something at my wedding of equal value. That's kind of the reason why I've been getting really excited to see what you'd have to give me in exchange for that expensive coffee maker. My brother didn't really care what kind of coffee maker I got you guys, but then you butted in last minute saying you wanted something new and gorgeous to have in the kitchen. You and him actually had a small fight over that, right? But no matter how much my brother told you that it didn't need to be fancy, you didn't listen to him. And actually, you started to throw a fit towards the end, saying that if the coffee machine wasn't new and fancy, you wouldn't take it. That's why I went and got you guys a really expensive one, knowing that that was the only choice I had with you. That did happen, didn't it? And at that time, I was still in college and didn't have a whole lot of money. Having to buy a coffee maker costing close to $300 was a tough buy for me. But after you got that from me, you made a promise, right? You promised that you'd give me something of equal value when I got married. I told you plenty of times as well that I'd been looking forward to getting married, partially to see what you'd get for me. You said that? When it comes to presents, it's all about the thought that goes into them. It's not about the cost or anything, really. But you breaking your promise to me by saying something like that makes me feel a little bit upset. Oh, shut the hell up, Kay. You can say that to me all you want, but right now we're financially not doing so well, so we have no choice. Something that is said to be impossible for us is impossible. So don't you expect us to give you anything for your wedding, because we're not.
Hey, Kay. Before, you were telling me about how you wanted a new air fryer, right? Kind that you could set to making anything you want in it, right? I'll go out and buy you the newest kind with all those features on it as your wedding present.
Well, thank you so much, Emmett, but you really don't have to force yourself to get me anything.
What do you mean force myself to? My little sister's getting married. So of course I'm wanting to give you something. And it's not like you didn't get us something amazing for our wedding, right? Allow me to give you something in return for that.
I'm very happy to hear you saying that, but you guys are having some financial problems currently, right? I don't want you having to force yourself to go into debt for a simple present, okay?
What?
When you guys have the money to afford a gift for me, you can buy something for me then.
Hold on a minute, Kay. What do you mean we're having some financial problems right now? We're not in any situation where you need to be worried about our finances. Far from that, actually.
What? But Emmy was saying you guys are having some money problems right now. She told me that you guys don't have the money right now, so you wouldn't be giving me anything for my wedding. She contacted me saying that she didn't want me to expect anything from you both.
You're kidding me, right? What the hell was she saying? I'm sorry, Kay. You don't have to worry about whatever the hell she was going on about. We have the money to afford a very good present for you. So please, don't feel afraid to ask me for whatever kind of kitchen appliance or whatever the hell else you want.
What's going on here? So you're telling me that your wife lied to me?
Lies to you, perhaps. Or maybe she was acting out of line. I received a cut to my bonus this year, and she's been throwing a fit about it ever since.
Your bonus was cut? Doesn't that mean that your company isn't performing well at all right now?
Well, just a tad bit. How poor the economy has been all around, some of that has been affecting the company. But to be honest, it was only cut by $100, which is nothing when talking about the bonuses I receive.
Is that right? I was thinking you meant most of your bonus was gone and you'd only be getting a couple of $100 bills.
Well, the company was only doing poorly for a second, but now it's back on track for hitting its targets. And as a matter of fact, right now it's doing better than this quarter's projected target. The CEO even sent out an email to everyone saying we should all be looking forward to this year's coming bonus. So we are doing fine at home. There is nothing going on inside this house that you need to be worried about, nor should my wife be worried about. If you want me to show that you have no reason to be worried, allow me to use this whole bonus I received to get you whatever you want.
That would be way too much money being spent on me. But I want to know why Emmy was saying all those things about you guys earlier. She said you guys didn't even have the money to get me a small gift, so I was expecting things to be pretty dire for you both.
Recently, I've been a bit worried about that woman. Ever since I said something about taking a cut to my bonus, she has behaved like we've become poor overnight. She's even saying things like that to the neighbors and to all her friends. And to make all of this even worse, she's been going around asking people to help her, saying we don't have any money at all.
What?
She's been going around asking for new clothes for the kids, saying she wants them to dress better. She's also been asking some families for the vegetables out of their gardens. Not only is she being rude to some people about it, but it's also embarrassing for me. I've asked her to cut all of that out, but she won't stop.
That's not good at all. She's going around making it seem like you're not bringing in enough money for the family anymore?
Well, this is my problem. So I'll figure something out. Which means you really don't have to be worried about things here. Especially since we already caused you enough trouble back when I was getting married to Emmy. I want to make that up to you as well, by going all out on your present.
Excuse me, Emmy? I have something I'd like to ask you about today's wedding. Oh, did I leave something there by accident? No, this has to do with the cards you gave me today. I just got home and was reading through all the cards that people had given to my husband and I. And when I got to the one you and Emmett gave us, there was nothing other than 53 cents stuffed into it. Is there a problem with that? I told you this before, but right now Emmett and I are financially not doing too well. So even with all I could muster, that 53 cents was the best I could do. What? That was all I had in my purse at the time. I'm sure that's a lot less than what everyone else gave you, but please forgive me. You would never try and steal more money from a couple of poor people, would you? I never said I was wanting to get more money from you, but for you guys not having any money at all, today you were dressed up in some very high-class fashion. Actually, both you and your daughter came today in some expensive dresses and heels that only came out just this year. Oh, thank you so much for noticing that. But I'm sorry to say that what we had on wasn't brand new attire. My daughter and I received those dresses and heels from one of our neighbors who gave them to us for free. She assumed we weren't doing so well and came to the rescue. Are you sure about that? Because your daughter was going around today bragging about how you bought that dress for her. What? Also, there was a tag still stuck to the back of her dress that you never cut off. That dress was worth $1,000. Excuse me? You didn't have the money to get me a gift, yet you seemed to have the money to buy yourself and your daughter matching high-class dresses like those. You shut up! What's wrong with me going out and getting us some new dresses? We've been struggling with money a lot recently and have had to save up your money forever now. And because of all that saving and cheap living, the stress has really been getting to me. So before things got way out of hand for me, I had to go out and buy some new fashion for my daughter and I. So your way of getting over the stress of having to live cheap and save money is to spend money? Buying really expensive things refreshes my nerves, actually. Thinking about what I can afford allows me to do my best when saving up money. And today, being able to walk around in such expensive fashion allowed me to feel better about going home to live cheaply again. Then what's the point of trying to save up any money? You're saying that you have to live cheaply in order to save money, but then the stress from that makes you go out and waste all your money on new clothes, which then puts you right back to square one again, right? And then you have the nerve to only give me 53 cents as a wedding gift. Well, what's wrong with me giving you 53 cents as a present? When it comes to presents, it's all about the thought, really, right? Nobody ever said we had to give you a ton of money, right? Sure, there are people saying you should spend a couple hundred, but you tell me who actually said that first. I'm not going to follow some made-up rules that nobody even knows who made up. But don't you feel that handing me your pocket change as a present was a little bit rude of you? You think so? Well, isn't that a good message for you then? 53 cents pretty much means that you're worth about the same amount as garbage to me. Huh? Well, when looking at your husband, he's not all that attractive, is he? Actually, I'd go as far as to call him straight up ugly. And when it comes to you, you're not that much better than he is in terms of looks. Having to come out to the wedding of two ugly-looking pigs is like having to stand around in a dump. So I thought that giving you 53 cents as a message was a good idea. Huh? Giving money away to some strangers on their wedding day is a total waste to me, yet I still went and gave you 53 cents, right? I think you're making a mistake complaining about that amount right now. If anything, you should be thanking me for giving you such a high amount. Do you have any idea how much of a pretentious asshole you're sounding like right now, Emmy? Not only did you not bother to give me anything worthwhile as a gift today, but you have started to make fun of both my husband's and my appearances. You're a serious bitch. I told you there was no helping the amount I gave you today, right? Sorry. My husband and I are too poor to give you anything more. Just take that 53 cents and be thankful.
Then what happened to the $3,000 I told you to put in the card?
What? Is that you? Emmett, is that you on her phone? No. There's no way you're on her phone right now. The only person I'm texting right now is Kay.
Yo, Emmy. I'm only going to ask you this one more time. Where the hell did that $3,000 I gave to you to put in that card for Kay go?
What?
I told you to take that money from my little sister and her husband and put it in that card for her, right? Tell me why the hell that $3,000 turned to 53 cents.
Wait a second. What? Why are you on her phone right now?
Answer the goddamn question. I took the phone from her when I walked in to see what she wanted. And the reason I'm here in the first place is because she called me saying there was something very important she needed to tell me about the card she got from us.
What?
And that's when I saw there was only 53 freaking cents in the card. Seeing her spare change sitting in that card, I almost lost consciousness. Before I did, I grabbed the phone out of her hands and took a look at all the shit you've been saying to her.
You're lying, right? So wait, you've seen everything her and I have been saying to one another?
I've seen it all, you bitch. I was really hoping this was all some joke you were pulling in order to surprise her with the money I gave you to give to her. But it doesn't seem that way at all. So tell me, you selfish freaking whore, what the hell is going on here? What was that about my sister's wedding being like a dump to you? And what was that about my sister and her husband both looking like ugly pigs? You're not getting away with that kind of childish behavior this time.
You're mistaken, Emmett. There's a lot of stuff behind all of this.
Then tell me right freaking now what the stuff is. What the hell happened to that $3,000? You bring that goddamn money to her house right now.
That's not possible. I used that $3,000 when I went shopping, so I no longer have it anymore. So you asking me to bring it there won't happen.
You used it all while shopping?
I was stressed from having to live so cheaply in order to save up some money. Recently my skin hasn't been looking so good, so I used the money on some high-end cosmetics and skincare creams. When you're buying a bunch of things, $3,000 disappears really quickly.
For God's sake, you used all that money which was meant for my sister on crap like that?
What do you mean crap like that? Saving money is a lot more difficult than you might think. And if you're looking to blame this on someone, you're the one who's to blame for receiving that cut to your bonus.
Screw off! I only had $100 cut off from that bonus, you stupid bitch. Nothing changed in terms of my salary, which was already $250K a year. Nothing freaking changed when I had $100 cut from my bonus.
What? You only lost $100 from your bonus?
Freaking told you that, Emmy. I was taking a cut to my bonus, but it wouldn't mean jack to our financial situation. I told you not to worry about it, and just live life like you've always been.
But not a penny of that bonus went into our savings account. You always put the whole bonus in there, right? But after checking the account over and over and over again, nothing ever popped up in there. So I assumed that there really wasn't going to be a bonus coming this year.
Where do you think the money for my sister's wedding present was coming from then? I was holding on to that bonus in order to give it to her in cash form. I was going to take some of my base income and throw that into savings this month. But I didn't get around to it yet.
No way.
Tell me something, Emmy. Were you really checking our savings account that often for my bonus? Checking it over and over again and see if my bonus was in there? Was something bad going to happen if that bonus didn't end up in there for you?
What? There was never anything bad going to happen.
Yo, Emmy, I just had a good look at our savings account on my app. Why the hell is there nothing in that account anymore? What's going on there?
No, wait, that's,
I thought I gave you your money every month when I got my salary, and told you to never pull anything from the savings account. But right now, that account is sitting at 0, and I want to know why the hell that is. Where the freaking hell did all the money in there go?
It's, shopping and such, shopping, you know.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I lightheartedly went and spent it all. I was always telling myself this would be the last thing as I continued to spend more and more. But by the time I actually noticed how much I'd bought, all of the money was gone.
For Christ's sake.
To be honest, the money you'd give me was also... due to all my spending and skincare treatments, I didn't have enough money, so I would use our savings to pay the difference. I thought I could hide everything from you before the next time you got paid, but then I realized that you never even put this year's bonus in there, and that caused me to panic. So that's why I started to try and lie about our situation so that Kay didn't think we could afford a gift for her wedding.
Emmy, we're getting divorced.
What?
What the hell did you think would happen? I'm coming home right now, and there we're talking.
No!
All the spending, all the savings you spent, and all the lies you've been telling? We're going to talk a lot about all of that. Go and find a strong rope from the garage and wait for me.
Help me, Kay. Emmett is seriously saying that he and I need to get a divorce now, but I don't want to get divorced. Oh, can't you do something to set him straight for me? Shut the frick up, bitch. He has his mind set on ending you, so forget about asking for help. Your only option now is to run away. Why are you being so cold to me? You just got married yourself, right? You are right now feeling how important it is to be married and should understand the kind of love it takes to be with someone forever, right? Don't you hate the idea of getting a divorce and don't wish it upon anyone else? Well, good point. Now that I'm married, I really do understand things a lot more. And the one thing that I've come to understand the most is that for a marriage to last, both parties have to be happy. But when one of the two parties does something beyond terrifying to their partner, well, let's just say they don't deserve to enjoy being married anymore. Hurry the hell up and leave my brother now. You're so mean, Kay. So you're okay with us getting a divorce then, right? And with that, my daughter will be affected the worst by it, all right? Don't you feel bad for her, knowing that her parents might end up being divorced and living apart from one another? Hey, how about you shut the hell up and take a second to think about what you're saying? First of all, your daughter is old enough to understand now that what you did was wrong. So I don't think she's going to be sad when her dad says it's time to kick the monster out of the house. Oh, but doesn't the mother normally get full custody of their child if they ask for it? Right now, Emmett is saying he's taking my daughter away from me and won't let her see me anymore. At least get him to leave me my daughter. I know that she'll be much happier with her mother. No, she told me she doesn't want to be with someone who can't control their spending and will most likely go down a path to being homeless. What? I really don't think you understand just how much of this situation your daughter understands. Remember that there is also nobody else on your side right now, while my brother has my husband and I, our parents, and a whole bunch of other people supporting him. They all love your daughter enough to even help care for her while Emmett is busy with work or whatnot. But my daughter is a really shy girl. She'll be lonely if she has to lose her mother. I don't understand why you'd think that when she's been having the time of her life over at my parents' place. And actually, she's fallen in love with my husband of all people. What? My husband just so happens to be an elementary school teacher, which means he knows how to handle kids, especially in stressful situations. And, well, your daughter is really fond of him right now. She tells him he's so much fun to play with and wants him going out to my parents' house every day to see her. What? So please don't worry about her and go finish that divorce to my brother now. Then go figure out how the hell to fix your spending problems and hopefully find a way to start saving some of your own money. Oh, and don't forget that you'll be paying child support from now on as well as a settlement. Really, all you have left to do in your life now is make money and give it all to my brother. No way! I'm getting divorced, and I'm having my baby girl taken away from me, and I'll have to pay a settlement and child support. I can't. I've been a housewife for so long now and haven't worked in ages. Well, the court said that if you can't make the money to pay child support, you'll never be allowed to see her again. That would cause your daughter to become more lonely than anything else, right? You think that's a good idea as a mother to make your own daughter lonely? I don't. Good luck, you bitch. And not too long after that, Emmy and Emmett had their divorce and were no longer a couple. My brother got full custody of his daughter, and now the two of them are living at my parents' house for the time being. My husband and I will go over there every so often to see them and play, but of course Emmett's daughter is only interested in being around my husband. It's at the point now where her own father is getting jealous of my husband now, actually. As for what happened with Emmy after that, she moved back home to her parents' house for a bit until she found herself a job working at the lumber mill there and was forced to move out. She started to send money to my brother for child support as well as to pay off that settlement, but she's also going to have to worry about the debt she's gotten into affording her own place and everything else. I'm sure right now is far more stressful for her than when she was living with my brother under the false idea that they were poor and living cheaply. But this time there won't be any spending money on high-end items to take away that stress, as that would really do her in big time.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.